Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you right now to my guests, though, for my Toddler Tracks mixtape. Danny Goffey and Gaz Coombs, a.k.a. the Hotrats. How you doing, chaps?
Hello. Yeah, good. Great, thank you.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Pleasure.
Thanks for not calling us Daz and Ganny.
I was going to call you, right on the tip of my tongue, was calling you Daz and Ganny. It's been in my head all day. Just do you ever get
It's
that?
like a really bad washing powder.
And the more you worry about it, the more likely it is to actually happen.
Yeah.
But I managed to
Best
avoid
not to
it.
think about it, yeah.
Sorry to bring it up then.
So listen, both of you chaps are parents, am I right in saying?
Apparently.
Yes.
Parents of relatively young children. Well, Danny, one of your children is pretty much grown up right now.
Yeah, I've got one that's flocked away. And yeah, I've got kids ranging from 21 till 4 years old.
A selection of kids.
Yeah. Different countries?
Each one for each mood.
Yeah. Not different nationalities, though. You're not like Mia Farrow.
No, they're all African.
Collecting them. Yeah, like Madonna. You go out for trips with Madonna and collect all the sweet ones.
I've done it. Yeah, I have had a trip with Madonna.
Have you?
Yeah.
Out to Malawi. We're getting into very bad territory almost immediately. Not that Malawi is a bad territory, it's a charming place. You misunderstand. But you presumably have been through the same thing that all parents have as far as music goes, of worrying. Because as a music fan, I worried about what kind of music my children were going to listen to. You know, I didn't want to be trapped in the car and surrounded generally by horrible,
mindless pop.
Yeah, X Factor style music.
I think your children are fairly young at the moment, right?
Yeah, the eldest is 7, the youngest is 1.5.
That probably will happen.
Yeah, that's sort of, I think with my kids, I mean, there's sort of like 2 and 6. I think it's just too soon to for them to kind of really discover what they like about music. I mean, really, actually, it's probably so consuming what I do. I mean, I'm constantly playing demos to them in the car, or like, do you want to hear Daddy's new song
you don't
on the way
put
to school?
That on them, do you?
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity for me to listen to stuff
and engage
or
their
kind
response.
Well, yeah, or also kind of for me to hear what it sounds like in a car as well.
Well, it's important.
You know? So
market research. Test it on the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And how does it go down? Do they like it, or do they go, "No, Daddy, we don't want to hear that. Play some Cheryl Cole"?
No, they do. They do kind of. They either sort of, because I mean, it kind of works if my daughter says, "Can we hear it again?" And if it's again and again, maybe 5 or 6 times, then it's a good song.
Then you know that a bunch of 5-year-olds will love it.
Yeah, definitely. And then I have to move up to the next sort of next age range, see if it works then. But I mean, they're not really old enough to be into sort of any dodgy music yet.
Well, this is the thing, when
they're
they're
still nursery rhymes, really.
Right. When they're very young, though, they seem to be weirdly open-minded, you know? They can deal with quite a lot of weird music without freaking out. But then when they reach a certain age, and I think my oldest son has just reached that point, they want something that sounds a bit more produced. Like a few years ago, he didn't want anything that sounded sort of Timberlandy, right? As soon as any of that came on, he wasn't having it. He liked all the weird, he liked the White Stripes and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But then also you get it, because when they get to a certain stage, maybe after 10 or something, then you get the peer pressure and wanting to sort of not be too, mad and, be into really eclectic stuff. And you want to sort of... I remember Daisy going through a phase of being really into Justin Timberlake and stuff, and me trying everything I could do to possibly influence her.
Dissuade her.
There is a period where you've got to let them go through that. I went through
putting a Joy Division CD in the Timberlake album.
Kind of, yeah. Well, I went through a Kajagoogoo phase.
Yeah, well...
in my teens and things like that, and... Well, early teens.
The thing to do is to cherry pick, because of course there's good Timberlake, there's good Cheryl Cole. It's out there. You just need to investigate.
True.
But you don't want to listen indiscriminately. Like, do they listen to Radio 1 in the car when you're driving along there?
No. I mean, not normally. No, I think it's either the sort of nursery rhyme CD. It's all kind of some sort of storybook on CD.
What nursery rhyme CD have you got? I'm curious, because the ones that we've got are no good.
Well, this is the thing. They're always kind of like, they're always really kind of derivative and very sort of, you can hear that it's basically a guy on a sort of big Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
Like with all the different sounds. And it's kind of a really kind of lame recording. I mean, it's, we were just mentioning a minute ago before.
Is that why you've lost your mind, really, listening to that
constantly?
It kind of,
it's a total head doer. And when we were just off air a minute ago, we were saying about the idea about having a kind of a really cool sort of nursery rhyme CD for the car, but it was done in a really cool... I mean, imagine like there's nursery rhymes, but in the style of like Abbey Road or something, with that, that quality and that kind of... coolness, that delivery.
It's an idea
It'd be
that...
something for parents in the front, and they'd be kind of like, this is good, man.
So how do you recreate something like Abbey Road?
Well, no, that's just a sort of
nursery.
It's a template for the sort of style, stylistically. But I don't know.
George Martin, man, give him a call. He'll get involved.
Yeah, he might do. Yeah,
it's a good idea, though. It's an idea that musicians have on a fairly regular basis. Yeah, let's do something for the kids, but it's easily exploited by charlatans, not the band. But people who come in and think, this is a good idea for me to do as little work as possible and make a few quid, and as you say, wheel out the Bon Tempi.
Yeah,
but I think in inappropriate kind of lullabies, like versions of Smack My Bitch Up, or things like that could.
Oh, so lullabyifying like contemporary songs.
Yes. No, that's not a good idea.
Well, I don't know. It's not as good. No, it's not as good as my idea.
I don't think. Yeah, let's talk about this while we play the first of our guest tracks. Don't have an argument right in the first link of us meeting.
It's too early.
Now we're going to play something that you brought in, Gaz, and I think this is your daughter.
Yeah, this is like because I've got a studio set up in the basement downstairs, and I was always kind of keen on getting them in there just to have a little experiment and a little play around, on whatever kind of instrument they wanted to kind of have a go on, really. So it was kind of, it was about 3 years ago. She just came down and grabbed the microphone. And I think that's really sometimes the first thing kids are sort of almost compelled towards is a microphone. I don't know why.
Hear their own voice.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing of like, kind of hearing what your voice sounds like amplified. And
how's her mic technique?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. She's got good distance on the high notes.
The Terry Wogan blanketed blank, or was it the
no?
Carol
she had the sort of 2-finger Whitney. She had the Whitney Houston technique.
Oh,
with
pinky
sort of,
in the air.
Yeah, and a little bit of tapping on the third finger.
Oh dear, you got to get her out of that.
That's a really good title for a song, "Pinky in the Air."
But no, it was great to hear her. It was kind of her ramblings, really, and her sort of inner thoughts, really, just coming out. And I just decided to put some sort of funk music to it.
When I said, don't know happy, I dancing. When I trying to run across with my mama, I dancing. When I look in the mirror, it's me. When I love my daddy, when I run away from my friend Darla, it's yummy, oh yummy. But no one told you when I lay down on a sofa, I'm dancing. It's me. I'm dancing. It's me.
Hey, that was amazing.
Oh, she sounds so young, man. That was ages ago.
She was
Man.
young.
Her lyrics are a lot better now.
How old was she then?
She's about 3.
Ah, that's very advanced and very sweet too. She's got a bit of "I love my daddy" lyrics in there.
I know.
I heard a bit as well.
prompted
She
her for
said,
that one.
When I run away with my friend Isla.
Yeah, it's yummy. Oh, yummy. It's kind of the construction of the lyrics, I thought. Was,
If we ever get stuck with some stuff, there's always a...
Well, you know what? I had this really weird sort of kind of thing that it could be massive in some sort of like Far Eastern sort of country or something.
It sounds a bit
like
Chinese.
but like putting a video, like or Japan or something, and like you get a really mental video, and then it just becomes this massive thing.
Well, we were playing...
and then she goes on tour, and I become the really kind of hardcore dad.
The Miley Cyrus factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the Billy Ray to her Miley.
Yeah.
Or the Jackson dad.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. It's Adam Buxton here. This is my big mixtape, and it's toddler tracks today, music that I hope children would enjoy. And my guests are Gaz Coombs and Danny Goffey, a.k.a. the Hotrats.
Hello.
Sometimes Supergrass alumni, alumnuses, alumno. I'm going to fire off some questions about parenthood for you chaps now, and you can respond as verbosely or not as you wish.
Rambunctiously.
Have you ever been physically injured by your babies, your young children? Gaz?
Well, I suppose continually. They have an amazing knack for kind of running up and jumping on me on the sofa, and the knee always manages to make contact with
Me and the Julies.
with the jewels, yeah. And just every single time, it's kind of like a really kind of loving, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to jump on you."
Yeah.
But it just ends up in sort of severe
Right
pain.
in the Jules Hollow.
It gets to the point where you see them coming, and then you have to adopt a really good wrestling throw straight away to get them over your shoulder.
Cover yourself with a pillow.
Exactly.
How about you, Danny? Any serious injuries?
Not really, just sort of emotional scars, really. But
Yeah.
not,
Nothing physical.